Hi guys, this is Linda with PG Nano Farm, and today we're going to talk about incubating. Is incubating the right choice for you? We're going to find out. I'm going to share with you information that a lot of people don't think about when they start thinking about incubating eggs. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is the time investment and the financial investment it will take to start incubating eggs. First, you need to think about the time. It is a 21-day, at least 21-day investment of your time. It is not something that you could just let go and sit. You have to be actively involved in incubating those eggs. So if you're a busybody and you don't have time to put in the effort multiple times throughout the day to go check on your eggs, it is not the thing for you to do. The other thing that I want to discuss is the finances. You will have to have an incubator. You can make one, which could be cheaper, or you could buy one. You're also going to have to buy extra equipment that you're going to need to ensure that you have a successful hatch. The second thing I want to talk to you about is your space availability. Does your coop, mine looks horrible right now, but does your coop allow for more chickens to be placed in there? Because the chickens will grow up to be full grown. They won't be chicks forever. So you need to know if your available coop or your setup or your barn or your backyard hobbyist setup will have enough space to accommodate the chicks that you're going to hatch. And you're also going to have a place available to be able to brood the chicks after they are hatched. Somewhere that they can stay safe and warm and fed until they are big enough to be introduced to your current flock. Another thing about incubating eggs that a lot of people don't think about is sometimes your hatch rates are really low. There are often times when only one egg will hatch out of a batch. You need to make sure that you are incubating the eggs during a good time of year. Is it a time of year that you could go and buy chicks from a hatchery or from a local feed store or from a local farmer to add to your existing chick if only one hatches? They are a flock bird, a flock animal, and they need to be around others, and it's very difficult to introduce one chick to an existing flock. Another common occurrence that happens when you hatch eggs is that you will have a higher rate of cockrolls versus hens. Now, I'm sure there have been people out there that have had more hens than cockrolls, but that is not common. So you make sure that you have the facilities to meet the needs of having multiple roosters in your yard. You also need to make sure that you live in a place that will allow cockerels or roosters, because a lot of places, a lot of suburban areas and inside city limits, they don't allow it. What I like to do is to make sure that you have an alternative for your extra roosters or cockerels or whatever you get. For me, let's say if I wanted to hatch eggs, I do have a poultry auction I can go to where I could sell my extra roosters. I also have a lot of friends live on big farms that like to receive my roosters. But make sure you have something in place, because guaranteed you're going to have way too many roosters for your yard. Another thing to keep in mind is you're going to need a strong stomach. This doesn't always happen, but there have been many cases to where you get a bad egg. Something happens during the development, or maybe it was just not a good egg to begin with, and it can literally explode. And the smell and the looks and everything is the most disgusting thing in the world, and you really need to be able to have that strong stomach to be able to take care of that situation. Last thing I'd like to talk to you about is the probability of hatching a chick that has a deformity or something extremely wrong with it, that it is going to have to be culled. It is not something everyone can do, but sometimes you need to be able to cull a chick because it would suffer if you allowed it to live. Now, some deformities are not life-threatening, and they could live with those deformities. You need to make sure if you have it in your heart to be able to raise that chick, because you can't sell it, and it's not nice to pass those along. So you need to make sure that you could give it the home that it needs to receive the help that it may need if it has like a turned leg or a turned wing or something like that. But this is an important one. If you cannot dispatch a chick that is suffering, hatching eggs may not be right for you. Alright guys, so that's about all I have to help you decide if incubating is right for you. If you know of any other reasons to think about that other people should think about, I ask that you would leave those in the comments below so that we can help each other learn together. So you guys have a great day, and welcome to video 1 of my new series about incubating eggs.